Okay, so I am here. We are here with Pastor Joe Kelly from Hampton's Church and Pastor Orlando down in Margarita Island in Venezuela. And Pastor, we just wanted to touch base with you about some of the things we've been talking about. I mean, we see all the pictures and the things going on with Agua de Vida, and of course that's super exciting. But I want to talk to you today about Agua de Vida. And if you could, just for everybody that we're kind of teeing in here, can you give us a little bit of a background on the situation, what's happening with water on Margarita Island?
Yeah, well, it's not just situation of water in Margarita Island. It's almost in the entire country. Now, right here in Venezuela for the last maybe 10 years, the water situation was rude. It was so worse, and that, you know, from decades ago. Right now, we have almost 60 days cycle to receive water. I mean, we just receive water every 2 months. And when we receive the water, it's so dark and so dirty, and maybe, you know, with pollutions, or we don't know what the water has, but that's the kind of water we receive every 60 days. And this is a very big problem because, you know, it becomes with disease for the kids and rash for the skin of the people, and of course a lot of sickness, very hard sickness like amoebiasis or something else in the stomach, and it's very rude situation because we don't have water, we don't have clean water, and when we receive it, it's a very bad condition.
Yeah, so when you say you don't get water for 60 days, you mean you go to the sink or the shower, go to turn it on, and there's nothing. There's no water there. And then they tell you, hey, we're turning the water back on. And when it turns back on, is it on for a day? Is it on for a week? How long does it usually stay on for?
Yes, yeah, I mean, we were receiving water every week, and later every 2 weeks, every month. And right now, the people, you know, is going everywhere with a bottle inside. You know, this kind of big bottles, like 6 gallons or something like that. This is a kind of bottle that we bought here in Margarita or in Venezuela in general. And there's a lot of people, you know, doing this, of course, in a black market, because there is a lot of people that have trucks with water, and they sold the water, you know, expensive that it has to be. And of course, there is a lot of people having this situation because they don't have, also, sometimes they don't have even water to cook or to drink. And actually, we have to buy trucks with water to fill, to have water in our houses or church or whatever we need. But not all of the people, of course, have the resource to buy a truck of water, because it costs $15–20 to receive maybe I don't know, like 1,000 gallons, just like that. And it sometimes you are run out of water maybe in a week again. So the hard situation, economical situation of Venezuela doesn't allow to the people to can buy a truck of water every week. So that's why, you know, a lot of people are trying to save what they have in tanks, in small bottles or something like that, because it's a really rude situation about water here right now.
Yeah, so how does that translate to other things, like just hygiene in general, being able to take a shower, a bath, brush your teeth, you know, wash your face, that kind of stuff? I mean, what's happening with that? Is that all with the same water supply? I mean,
well, if you see me more tan right now, it's because I was taking a shower with that kind of water for the last maybe for the last year. And look, we were in Cabimas for this trip where we were there with 17 church like months ago, and my baby boy Liam was in the grandma's, in my mother's house, his grandmother. And Cabimas is very hot place. It's a very hot, high temperatures. And when my when my boy was there, he was trying to get dressed off, to get naked, and my sister had this, this a big bottle. I don't know what's the name in English, but he when he saw water, he was jumping in because he was a hot day, and my sister opened the what's the name, the key, the gift of the water, and the water was so dark, and I took a picture. I don't know if Joe saw the picture. I sent to somebody, maybe I posted
did, yeah.
on Facebook, and he was naked but playing. And look, I was there. I was in the Pastor Iraima's house. I was in my house, and no matter where you were, the water was dark. You need to shower. You need to take a shower. You need to cook. You need to brush your teeth, like you said, and that's the word you have. I mean, we did it. We did it, and because we have to, we have a schedule to fulfill, to achieve, and that's is normal. That's normal. And that's the worst part. That right now is normal, and nobody is doing anything to to have a difference, to produce a difference about this, and that's what we use.
So Pastor
Well,
Orlando,
right.
let me just interject here. So as we had the discussion this morning about digging a well on the property for the church, or, some property that you oversee, is that a possibility? So we can have a
Yes.
good supply and then do the purification process?
Yes, it's a possibility because we still have a very large terrain or backyard here in the church.
Mhm.
And I mean, in Cabimas, this is a very high possibility to do that, because I know some houses that made it, and they are trying, because it's a very, it's a long process with all the materials that they have or that they need. But right here in Margarita, I could find the people to, to make it this well in the right conditions, and we have the space to do it. I will consider it, and I'll let you know everything about this.
So, now that we've kind of discussed the problem, talk to me a little bit about what you want to do at the church. Obviously, you can pull resources there and do some things. So walk me through what you're thinking from the filtration system and the like.
Well, this is an idea that, like I said, we're born last month. We were in Cabimas, but my brother Rafael Angel, he's a son, the other son of Apostle Rafa and Iraima. He's an engineer, and because he was working in the oil field company in the past. So he know how to, assemble this configuration of this system that could potabilize or purification of the water. And we saw this plan in Cabimas in some part, and is of course a very good option, because we could save a big amount of water with a very large capacity of tank, and we could set up all the materials and all the tanks and filters and everything that the system need to have this kind of purification. The result is that we could have access to potable, I don't know, is the right word? Potable water?
That's correct. You have potable water, drinking water. Yeah, drinkable water.
Okay, drinking water, yes. And of course, it will worth to cook, to brush your teeth, to clean your clothes, of course, but also for your basic need, to drink is the most important thing, to drink.
Right.
To drink water, that has to be clean because of the children and because of your health. So this is a very amazing project, and in fact is very easy to achieve, because it's just to buy the materials, to buy every part of the system, and start to settle up and start to work. And a lot of people, I believe that in the community or the neighborhood, a lot of people will have the chance to buy because of course it will be a very good price, very accessible price, and it will be amazing for all of them.
Yeah, so that brings up the kind of where we are right now as a group and some of the things that we're working on. I mean, obviously we've worked, Hampton Church has worked with you on some initiatives for Agua de Vida, and it's you know, I have to say, I know it's always welcome, you know, to get the videos and the things that are going on. You know, watching people get fed, you know, and watching kids eat, and the artists come out and do some things as it really, I mean, again, it's such a fun project to be involved with, because, you know, it serves a real need, you know, for people where they are, you know, eating, drinking, you know, those are pretty basic things. But then to see people on the other side, you know, you're having an impact for generations. So
Yes.
so one of the things that we're working on now through the Active World Club is our DeFi, you know, which is decentralized finance opportunities, allowing people to make kind of investments directly into things that they may not otherwise have been able to get involved with. And part of that is through NFTs, or a non-fungible token exchange. We're putting together and pairing with causes. So what we're working with and what we're trying to put together is maybe the artist who did the logo for you for Pan de Vida can do one for Agua de Vida, and then we can do an NFT for you know, that kind of rolls out almost like a royalty structure for rolling this out, not just in Margarita Island, but also in Cabimas and then across Venezuela. And, you know, I can really see this. First of all, the branding is fantastic. You know, the guy did a fantastic job with the design, but also the concept is one that's just so simple. You know, I mean, you can only live 3 days without water. So getting people water is a must, you know. So, you know, again, I can really see this just ramping up in a big way. You know, one of the concepts that we've talked about with Pastor Joe, obviously, is this concept of turning people who would normally be receivers into givers, and that was the concept of Pan de Vida. And you know, walk me through a little bit if you can, because obviously this isn't about trying to make the most money you can, you know, selling water, but it is about, you know, taking this concept of a microeconomic opportunity and being able to take the money, repay it, you know, have that be self-sustaining, so that you can continue to keep that vision going and provide for more people without always having to say, oh, look, we need to raise another $5,000 or another $10,000, we need another $20,000, you know, so that this isn't so this becomes a self-sustainable project, you know, and really can expand in a major way. So I guess I'm asking you a question that I just answered, but speak to that if you can.
Well, you know, look, we can't forget the spiritual frame of this. I was speaking with Apostle Joseph this morning, and I was noticed myself how we are achievement of the word that Jesus said when he said, don't you worry about what you're gonna eat or what you're gonna drink or what you're gonna wear, because, you know, the Father have knowledge about this. You should seek first the kingdom, and Amen. These other things will come to your life, you know, or much or less. So I believe that building for him, Hampton Church in this moment with us, with Entre las Aguas, with Cabimas, are you know, are bringing to the tangible, to the people, to the neighborhood, to the community, this Amen. Word. Because we are just not having this beautiful service of sermons with powerful word, but also you know, feeding the people. We are bringing, you know, to eat, to drink, to wear, to dress up, and I believe that this is the most important part. So But despite of the profitable that might be this business, and I believe it would be a lot, of profit about this, we will bless a lot of people that have
Amen.
they have no chance to access to very drinkable water, or to have, the possibility to say, I will have water maybe in 2 or 3 days, or I'm gonna save this dollar, because maybe with $1 they could access to drink water that they don't have access before for a long time. So I believe that the most important part of this is all the organizations like the one that you are speaking about, Ball, and all these programs that could decentralize money is a part of the answer of God to this moment.
Amen.
This is
Amen.
this is a part of the answer of God to a lot of prayers, not just for the people of the third world, but people in Pakistan, in Africa, in everybody,
Amen.
everywhere, that they have a lot of needs. And the most important part, and I really appreciate it when you said about the pictures and the videos. I told Apostle Joseph, I'm so sorry if I send you too much. If I send you a lot of pictures, he say, no, don't worry. We love to receive, but that's my way to make you feel part in real time of everything that is happening here, and of every impact that you are, of course, doing with, carrying this burden for us, or with us in this day. I'm finally here in an empty office, but it's finally an office. I didn't have an office for the last 18 years. Right now I have an office here. So how can I say? I have internet in my office 18 years later that I came to Margarita. And of course it brings me tears to my eyes, because it's an answer from God. And I give thanks God because of you, Bob, Missy, Joseph, Margaret, all of you, Hampton Church Espanol, because you are the answer of God in this day to many difficulties that we have in this place.
Amen. Thank you, Orlando.
We're really, we're honored to be part of it, truthfully, and honored to have this type of an impact in the world. Look, there's lots of opportunities to get involved in lots of different things, but obviously the relationship that you and Pastor Joe formed, all those years ago, and some things that we'll get into maybe on a later call, just as a I know that really completes the circle. It really helps things come full circle. So walk me through just real quick, if you could, the phase one, without getting into digging a well, maybe day one. You have a plan to set out this water filtration system. Roughly, let's put together a ballpark for what those costs are. I know you sent it over in the PowerPoint, but I wasn't sure if that was in dollars or bolivar.
No, it's
It was in
dollars. Yes, it's in dollars, of course, for your comprehension. And well, the main details of the numbers, my brother Rafa has it, and he sent it to me. I guess that Joe and you already has it too. And all the system. I mean, in Cabimas we have the space. We already have one space to do it. We should do, of course, very little adequations, but we have a space to do it in the church. And it would be a blessing, because there's a lot of people around the church, for the community, with this problem. And also us, also the people of the church, and the church itself has the water problem right now. And right here in Margarita, of course, we should do, of course, this space to have this system, but we don't need a big space. We just need the right components, the right materials, the right.
Oh, you need the right equipment, actually,
Yeah, the right equipment. Of course, we need a large, like 16 liters water, because the idea is to have as much water as we can, to have the profit, the possibility to have this circle of water, of drink water on motion, not to, I mean, we don't have to take the risk to say, we will buy a tiny tank and maybe next week I will buy a truck
Right.
to fill with water.
Right.
No, because we don't know if we're gonna have that chance. So we need to do very solid investment about this, because it's the only way that we have to guarantee, not just for the investment, but the system and the maintenance and the blessing for the people, of course.
Yeah, so
Amen.
so I think the number that that I saw, and I'm just trying to pull it up right now while we're on the line. It's
About 5,800. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
about
This is
$1,500.
this
And
is for
that's
this is for the
installed?
project. This is for the project in Cabimas. Yes.
Okay, and is it different for the project in Marguerite Island?
No, it should. I guess it's the same number. I mean, we just send the proposal from Cabimas because right there, Rafa have the numbers, and like I say, they have the space. If we want to do it here in Margarita, we need to do like an extra space in the yard, maybe close to Pandevido's course, or to use other space that we have here in the church. But the numbers could be the same. I mean, I need to adjust maybe for, the mainland price in Venezuela are different from for the Margarita prices. Actually, I will send maybe to Lynette or to Omar an article that was posted today that say Venezuela is one of the expensive country to live in this moment because of the hyperinflation. But I believe that with the numbers that we sent to you, we could start the project. And of course, we're gonna, think of the possibility to do it in Margarita too, or to do here and there. Of course, is a double of investment.
Yeah, so I guess you haven't read the memo that inflation is really good for the economy. Is that not? It's not a bad thing. I guess that's a different interpretation. You guys just need a better press secretary, I think. All right, well, listen, this is really exciting, and I'm happy to, as always, be a part of anything that you're a part of, because you bring just so much passion and joy, in the projects that you work on. And like I said, I mean, I know we'll get plenty of social media content from Marguerite Island, and ultimately when you guys get the country back in shape, I can't wait to go back. It's been since 1995 that I think I was in Marguerite Island. So and if memory serves me, it was pretty nice there. So
Look at the picture behind you.
yeah, well, right. This is Marguerite Island. Yeah. So and this is sort of how I remember. All right, Pastor. So what we'd like to do then is just set up the next call with the artist, with the gentleman from Puerto Rico, and and keep on keeping on. Let's move forward.
By the way, for the end of the year, I will be in Cabimas again with the family. Hopefully we're gonna have access to better water this time. but it's my way to show you I'm committed with this. I will be there again, and I will be with the engineer, with Rafael, and all the question and all the system parts that we need to speak about and show you, and even if we have the chance to go to this kind of system and make a video or try to have more solid numbers for you, we will.
Well, look, the year end is important, for people when they're starting to look at things, and we're approaching year end pretty quickly. So I think the sooner we can get those final things together, the better. But I think, we have a good ballpark. I think if we say 5,800 to 6,500, or let's go crazy and say, it topped out at $7,500. I mean, when you think about the impact that amount of money can have on the amount of people that it can have, you know, and the fact that this isn't just a, you know, give a man a fish opportunity. This is a microeconomic situation where, you know, this can actually help people and, you know, and make a return as well. It's really a great opportunity, you know, and the likes of which you don't see all that often, or I don't anyhow. So yeah, we're really excited about it. We're excited to take the next step. Of course, we're excited to, like I said, be involved in this project and look forward to the next chat, when we can, you know, get to a little bit of momentum on the logo and that sort of thing. So,
Amen.
Pastor, I appreciate your time,
Amen.
pastors. Let's keep in touch and let me know as soon as you get back in touch with the artist, and we can start planning on our end.
Okay, I will. I really appreciate your time. Thank you again. God bless you. God bless you, Joe. If you want to say something else,
Love you, man.
this is your time. This is your time. And thank you.
So listen,
thank you,
I have the closing statement here. So, you know,
Yes.
all of what we talked about is an amazing thing. But one day there's going to be a story told about the backstory about how all this began. And it's, you know, a miracle of God. And we wouldn't be having these conversations except for the intervention of the Lord in all of our lives. And, you know, as, you know, we said, or Pastor Orlando said, you know, there's just a tremendous blessing when we realize that God is the knitter of the net, right? He put all these things together for his purpose. And this isn't something that happened overnight. This is a 25, 26 year plus history of how God has intervened in our lives and opened up these opportunities. And, you know, for such a time as this, you know, so when I met Pastor Orlando, he was a young man, 15 years old. And, you know, God intervened and caused something to happen that is a great story behind all this for such a time as this, you know, so, you know, God knows the beginning from the end. And I'm just so thankful that we can be in this place today together. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Me too.
Like you said, you know, it is. I know the story. It's a wild story for everybody.
Right. It is a wild story.
Who isn't privy to it. So we'll delve into that next time, as they say.
Okay. All right.
And
All right.
like I said, everybody, thank you so much for being on, and look forward to helping getting this project wrapped up.
All right. Love you,
Amen.
Bob. Bless you, man.
Yes.
Love you too, guys. Take care.